Man, this film was a ride to say the least, and I got a lot of other comments I want to add to that. But yeah, let's start my review. My review of the film "Vengeance is Mine, All Others Pay Cash." What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. Today, we're going to be reviewing the film Vengeance is Mine, All Others Pay Cash, which is part of the Contemporary World Cinema category at this year's Toronto International Film Festival, TIFF 2021. This film was definitely all over the place, so I'm just going to give you my thoughts about this film. First off, I did notice that this film was 2 hours and it was long. It was much longer than it needed to have been, because I saw that the film was an international film, having some Indonesian roots of it, and also had some Singapore roots within it as well. I was interested. I wanted to kind of see, what was going to be the tone. I thought the synopsis, which was really beefy, had like a lot of different things kind of going on. I was just like, let's see what happens. But ultimately, the real draw was the graphic had a little bit of martial arts in it, and I gotta check out if there's gonna be some combat in it. So that was a little misleading. Now, there was some action, there was some hand-to-hand combat, there was some martial arts in it, but not the big overall theme of this film. There was some love to it. There was a whole bunch of just random things kind of going on here. So a couple of things before I kind of forget. There was clearly, this film definitely had its flaws. There was clearly some visual issues going on. There was some really wonky CGI in the beginning, and towards the end there were some scenes that was just blurry. So the finishing touches that was needed to be put on this film definitely wasn't done. There was some things that just definitely could have been touched up just a little bit better, to overall make the visuals come together more crisp. But it's an independent film, and I don't think that the production was bad at all, but there definitely was just noticeable little things that you was just like, somebody kind of overlooked that, like a typo when you're writing a whole story or whatnot, missing a few words, and you just, there sometimes they could just be innocent mistakes, and that's, they were easily detectable here, especially the CGI part in the beginning. It just was kind of, I was worried because it was also attached to a fight sequence, so I was worried that was going to be a recurring theme throughout the film. Yeah, you have a character as well too, Ajo, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. He's suffering through some erectile dysfunction, and it's to the point where you're like, what, do I feel sorry for him, or does he even feel sorry for himself? What's going on with this, which was the weirdest thing. I did not expect that to be such a pivotal part of this film, yet his bird, as we call it, his hibernating bird, as they call it, was definitely a big struggle and challenge about his psychology this entire time. Then he is a fighter, and he meets this other fighter who they went at it, and then they ultimately fell in love with each other, and that became a thing. And it's just, I didn't quite get the point. I guess you get paid, you get money, the better the fighter you are when you do some of these underground fights or whatnot, that you get some cash out of it, even though he said he didn't want to fight anymore. And I don't know, but he falls in love with her. Now, the interesting thing about the two of them fighting, it was this, she beat him, she beat him down, and you can tell that she was still trying to come in her own. So you start to wonder, well, what's her whole motive? And kind of find out, in the country, in Indonesia here, women are targeted. So they're being raped, they're being, all sorts of just violence towards women. So she's out here, as the theme says, vengeance is mine. She's out here, taking bodies. She is getting all of the vengeance. So she's going after gangsters. She's going after people who have committed crimes towards women. And that's really where the interesting part of this film is because we're seeing her channel her inner Steven Seagal. She's breaking necks left and right in this, and some of it's a little bit brutal, shall I say. That was the entertaining part to it. But other than that, I mean, like, I guess it was a little bit of comedy in it. Things, like I said, was a little bit all over the place. And I, you know, it's not a film that I overly enjoyed. There was parts about it that I did enjoy. I did appreciate the martial arts aspect to it, but the plot itself was, like I said, kind of all over the place. The film was much longer than I would have liked it to be. And like to say that I was aware of the runtime, so I knew it was going to be 2 hours, but you can still have a 2-hour film and it don't feel like it. And this one felt every bit of it. So, you know, that's my take on that. And it's definitely a contemporary film because, or I almost even go as far as saying like experimental, because this film definitely had like a bunch of random different things going on. I guess it was trying to get a feel for what will bite to the audience here, because 1 minute is about love, 1 minute it's seeming kind of like dark comedy, and then it gets a little raunchy at times. So like, you know, it's just literally a little bit all over the place though. But hey, you know, if the synopsis screams out to you, then totally check it out. This film, again, is Vengeance Is Mine, All Others Pay Cash. If you're going to check it out, jump in the comment, folks, and let me know. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.